Hi, class. Let's take a tour of Edgar. Edgar is an SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission website. Very powerful in that it has the availability to see all of the annual reports for all publicly traded companies in the US. So I'm going to walk you through getting to it and taking a look at how to use it. So we're going to start with a Google search, and we'll just look for Edgar, E-D-G-A-R. When we get Edgar, you'll see it's an sec.gov website. And we're going to go to Edgar Search and Access. And when we search and access, we've got some choices. Search by company name, ticker symbol. I prefer ticker symbol myself. Mutual fund name, full text, Boolean, all latest filings. I'm going to go into company or fund name. From there, you have a choice of ticker symbol under fast search or company name. Now, if you type in company name like Apple, what's going to happen? Well, if you spell it right, you'll get some results. And if you don't spell it right, you don't get any results. The syntax is very particular in Edgar. So I hit Apple, and when I go into search, it's got a whole bunch of apples. Now I'm looking for Apple Computer. I'm guessing it might be this one here, but I'm not positive. So I'm going to look for a ticker symbol. Let me show you what a ticker symbol search looks like. If you go to another Google search and you say ticker symbol for Apple, it's going to show you the stock price, $3.25 a share. It's going to show you the NASDAQ where it's traded on. And right here is AAPL. Apple's ticker symbol is AAPL. So rather than try to search under the name, I'm going to type AAPL under the fast search. Return, and sure enough, I go straight to Apple Inc. Now I see 8Ks, and I see 10Qs, and FWPs, and 424B2s, whatever those are. I am looking for a certain filing type. Now, the annual report is called the 10K, so I'm going to type in 10K here. And when I type return, I get nothing. Well, we can do something with a 10K. It's 10-K. Again, the syntax, as I mentioned earlier, is very particular. They really want it in a written format. And the format, there we go. I've got a whole bunch of 10Ks. Notice the filing date, 2019, 2018, 2017. And we're going to look at the latest one, which is the filing date of 10/31/29. I'm going to go to interactive data. You can go to documents. But interactive data will get you a spreadsheet that you can play with out of the gate, and as well as seeing things on screen. So I'm going to go here, and there's our 10K cover page, financial statements, notes to financial statements, accounting policies, notes, tables, details, all reports. I'm going to jump to financial statements because that's the core of what we're looking for. You get something called a statement of operations. A statement of comprehensive income. Interesting. Consolidated balance sheet parenthetical, statement of shareholder equity, and a statement of cash flow. Which one of these do you think is my income statement? Well, this says comprehensive income. Maybe that's the one. Let's take a look. This starts with net income. I thought income statement starts with revenue, goes down to expenses, ends up with net income. Okay, that doesn't sound right. I got changes in foreign currency translation, fair value derivatives. That's not going to work for me. Let's try statement of operations. Oh, that's kind of cool. I've got 3 years worth. Oops. Starts with sales and gets cost of sales, also known as cost of goods sold. I got a gross profit or gross margin. By the way, you'll notice the terminology for different companies is slightly different, but it means the same thing. I've got operating expenses. I've got R&D, research and development. I've got SG&A. We talked about selling general administrative expenses. Total operating expenses, operating income, other income, net income, provision for income tax. Bottom line net income. If someone tries to tell me that Apple's net income is $55,000, we're going to have a serious conversation. Notice the 55,000, shares in thousands, but dollars in millions. We add 6 zeros to that. We add 6 zeros, what do we get for net income? 55 billion, not million, but billion dollars, based on $260 billion of sales. So that's pretty powerful. And you can get all these numbers. We look at a balance sheet, consolidated balance sheet. We'll see 2 years worth of data. We'll have current assets, total current assets. and then total assets. You know, current assets, total assets, which equals total liabilities and equity. These two numbers, 338 billion, should equal 338 billion liabilities and equity. Okay. Total liabilities 248, total equity 90, 338 total. You got total assets of 338. Pretty powerful stuff. If you want to do some quick analysis and find some other documents, you can look at other companies. I want to show you one more trick of getting this all into Excel. Something called View Excel Document. I'm going to click on that right now. View Excel Document. My spreadsheet comes to form. I'm going to pick up my Excel document, open it up, and we're going to have a bunch of tables in Excel that we can very gracefully and quickly start doing some financial analysis. So if I go ahead, I'll maximize the screen, and I've got at the bottom here cover page. I've got statement of operations, and I'll take a look at that one. Remember, comprehensive income isn't the one, but operations is. And then we see, well, what is our percent of, what's our net income percentage? What's the profit? For every dollar of sales, how much do we put in our pocket? Well, I'm going to insert a column here, and I'm going to go ahead. Actually, I need to enable editing first. Okay. And now I will insert a column here, and then I'll shrink that down just so we have some numbers easily to visualize. And I'm going to take a quick calculation, and it's very easy to do. I'm going to calculate my net income percentage here, which is on the line of net income. It equals that 55,000 slash 260.14. And I get a fancy number here that I'm going to convert to a percentage. And you can very quickly see that 21% is my net income percentage. What's my cost of goods sold percent, or my gross profit percentage? I can do the same thing, equals that 98,000 slash point to the 260. And for every, and I'll do the whole column as a percentage if I do some more. So I'm going to do some vertical analysis. I got 38% here. All right, so what's happening? When I have $1 worth of sales, the stuff that I have to buy to sell is 62 cents worth. And bottom line, I put 38 cents in my pocket of profit after spending 62 cents on my cost of goods sold. And bottom line, for every $1 worth of sales, I put 21 cents in my pocket. So those are some easy calculations you can do. Now I'm going to go over to the balance sheet. I'm going to start some others, consolidated balance sheet. And I may want to see what is my debt percentage, my debt to asset ratio. So I'm going to do the same kind of calculation. I'm going to do equals my total, not current liabilities. Oops, I got to go down here. I made that mistake before, so my students. I'm going to take that total liabilities equals that divided by, well, I can do total liabilities and equity, which is the same as total assets. I'm going to go up to total assets. Hit return. Now, I may as well do this whole column as a percentage, because that's a percentage we're looking. So bottom line, on Apple's balance sheet, I missed that too. I not have total, I got non-current, that's 32%. See, we all make those mistakes, but you catch it. Well, hopefully, I'm glad we caught it. Total liabilities equals total liabilities divided by total assets. .71%. So that means my equity, my total shareholder equity, if I did it quick, I could get, I guess it would be 29%. Let's verify that. Equals that slash that. Sure enough, I got 29% in equity, 71% in debt. Total is 100% in assets. So you can very quickly, as you see, do some calculations through Excel. Excel is a very powerful tool. And I'm going to go back to our spreadsheet. And I'm going to go back to, no, I take it back. I'm going to go back to Edgar. And let's take another look at another company just for kicks. You can cut off the video here if you want. But I'm going to go in and take another company. Let's say we wanted to pick a local company. And we've got a company here in town or close by called Sunoco. Okay, so let's do a ticker symbol for Sunoco. Sun Oil Company is mine. Okay, what's our ticker symbol? SON for Sun. Let's go to sec.gov. Let's go into Sun. And let's take a look at financials. Which report? The 10Q is a quarterly. We wanted a 10K, which is an annual. So we're going to go to interactive data. And when we look at interactive data, we're going to see that they have financial statements, and they have a consolidated balance sheet, parenthetical, statement of income, and statement of comprehensive income. Remember, Apple had the statement of operations. That was their income statement. Here they call it consolidated statement of income. Let's jump in there. Again, income statements are 3 years worth of data, and balance sheets are 2. And I'm going to go ahead. This time I'm going to cut to the chase. This is in thousands. So 5 million is 5 billion. They have $5.4 billion in sales, and their profits, net income available to Sunoco right before the earnings per share, basic earnings per share, is 292 million rounded. So let's see what that percentage is. I'm going to go dump to the view Excel document. Cut to the chase. We'll get Excel on the screen. We'll open that up. We'll jump over to our statement of, yep, we'll replace that. And we'll go to statement of income. Let's see, statement of income. There we go. This is our Sunoco. I'm going to insert, I've got to enable editing again. Can't forget that, otherwise you can't type anything. I'm going to insert my column right here. And it likes to match the size of the previous column. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of making that calculation again. So I'm going to take my net income attributable to Sunoco and divide it by my net sales. What do I get? Make that a percentage. We'll call it percentage. I've got a 5%. We were over 20% when it came to Apple, but we've got 5% when it comes out looking at Sunoco. And they've got their cost of sales too. So we can do the same kind of calculation. Equals their gross profit divided by their net sales. And 20%. So the material stuff that they sell, plastics, packaging, whatever materials they're using, that's 80% of the cost of what they're producing. They get to pocket 20%. And then they deduct SG&A, restructuring settlement, operating, they got a net operating profit, interest expense, insurance income, income before income tax provision, and bottom line, net income attributed to Sunoco. Okay, so they have some non-controlling interest net income, but I usually go to the bottom line, and that's what I'm going to ask you to do when you do your projects. This should give you a pretty good picture and insight on getting into Edgar, using it, and you have an assignment due that's part of your second thread, part of the second discussion, and this will help you use Edgar to accomplish that. I wish you much success. I look forward to seeing more of you and appreciate your time. Thank you.